Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man.
You
How
know,
you, how were your gigs on the weekend?
I was good, man. How were yours? I didn't see you this weekend. It was good.
Yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun. That
Where were you
Saturday,
this
that
weekend?
was that.
Where were you this weekend?
Thank you for giving me the little alley oop. Thank you for checking out the Boys Quarter podcast, where we are in the compound, but we don't belong in the main house. We're available, so feel free to go and check us out on all the audio platforms. But since you are here, please do click the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into this content. I was at the comedy store, the
Oh,
world
really?
famous comedy store in London
Really,
this
man.
weekend.
I think I should have come down. Nigga, I
Yo,
came to the store. This nigga's on the stool. I was like, lazy ass motherfucker.
what? I'm always on the store these days for
That's
like
what I said
years
to the
now.
security. This means he on the store. This means these lazy comics. I'm gonna start telling them, these motherfuckers better be standing up now in these shows, man. It was sold out, wasn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Ramming there.
Yeah.
You felt like
I
you were a
mean,
comedian, didn't you?
what's that,
You felt like you were a comedian, didn't it?
bro? It felt wonderful, man.
You felt like
Do,
Mama made it.
do you know what was beautiful as well? It was like when I had to go off and do. So there's two shows at the comedy store, an early show, late show, and I went to my old campus, LSC, to go do a gig in between. And I jumped on one of those Santander bikes to ride back, and I was just like, "Yeah, this feels right, man. I feel like
You're a goofball, man, for real.
nah, I'm not,
That's the
bro.
goofiest shit I've heard in my life.
No, that was the best. I
That was
I
like
don't know
that.
why I haven't done it so I haven't done it so far.
That story you gave me just now was like that moment in Training Day, where Alonzo tells Ethan Hawke to tell him a story about his female officer, and he said he did a DUI story, and Denzel was like, "You mean to tell me you were working with a fire bitch? And you had to tell me it was a DUI story." The look on Ethan Hawke's face was like, "Ah." So you have to tell me. I'll tell you a funny story about the LSC gig. So obviously you opened, right?
Yeah.
So I closed.
Okay.
So I get there and I go on and I'm saying some of you are looking at me like again, how did
Yeah.
his hair grow so fast,
Yeah.
And so that sets me up nice. I'm doing my thing. And
Yeah.
next thing I know, the auntie security at the tannoy comes on the tannoy. This is a something announcement. The venue will be closing down in 15 minutes.
What?
Yo, this is my set as I was about to lay up a punchline. Right? So I paused like, and everyone's like, I was like, that was my auntie, yo. She really, she just likes to chip in on the gig. And then I'm doing my thing. All right, this girl comes back again for the 10-minute them. And I'm
No. Oh,
like, talk to your auntie. I said, bruh.
that's too funny, man.
It was
Oh.
hilarious. The funny part was, I said to them, did anybody hear how long she said we had left? Everyone was like, nah. I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to rush. The whole time I'm doing my set, then I stopped to them. I said, I'm actually panicking because I'm thinking, when she comes on again.
That's funny.
It ended up being a great night. And
That's
I had
fantastic.
my auntie to thank for it.
That's fantastic,
Yeah,
man.
that was a nice gig. It was a stage as well. So I started, I got my Chris Rock on.
Oh, really? You was pacing?
Oh, I was pacing. When you throw the punchline at them with the body.
Oh, did you hit the punchline on the turn, bro?
In the last gig I did at Abatorium,
Yeah.
some of the guys came in, they were a bit drunk already, and they were like, oh, they're here to see Darren Harriott, he's not on again, and then they're disappointed because they've come 3 times to see him now, and he hasn't been on the bill. And I was like, that's because he keeps pulling. Like, ain't my fault. Like, you tell him to play. But then the funny thing is, I went on, and one of them was sleeping. And so
going on?
I was, and they tried to get my attention to tell me that the guy's sleeping, so I should rip him. But you know when you're like, bro, I don't have sleeping bars, bro. Like, I don't care. I just wanted to get off stage. Like I'm not interested in drunk only. and the material was good, and everyone was enjoying themselves. You know, when you shift that gear to go and address bullshit, you just
that's the worst, man. Because you'd be like, I really did not have to address this, and I really went and took up 15 minutes trying to make a Sleeping Beauty reference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just
nowhere. Just to appease his drunk friends, and then you make them part of the show, and then you can't win it no more, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, man, that's a rookie mistake. Keep going.
Yeah, man.
Just talked over them, distracted to the point where they shut up, and then, you know, I just don't understand some people. So one guy was talking to the guy behind him in front of me. I said, are you all right? And I just said, you know, it's racist to talk when a black man's on stage. Then I said, look at all the white people. They're like, is that true? Oh my God, I didn't know. You actually asked Google before we left the house today. So I just did an Ask Google reference, which made the audience laugh. So
Ask Google.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I had a good 4 gigs, to be fair. It was a lot though, but I had a good 4.
Bro, I think it's fantastic, man. I was so my heart was so full that day because Nabil was doing Bar Rumba and Comedy
Carnival.
Yeah, so yeah, Comedy Carnival and Comedy Pub. So we came up in the whip together. I hopped out to run to my gig. He went to go do his. I bucked you in the room there. And then like came back with met up with him and then went home. Or went to Bagel King first, but that's not the point. But my point is that like my peoples were all working and we were really just hanging out and joking backstage, you know, like it wasn't even a matter of like, oh, one of these days, man, we gonna make it here, we gonna be at the store, blah blah blah. We were all just like good. Everybody was good. Everyone was getting their work in, man. I'm so proud of those moments, man. I can't let it slide because I know I used to pray for times like that. And it's very easy to somehow just get too used to it and get too comfortable with it and forget the fact that like I was living an answered prayer, man. It was, you know, it's not even so much about whether we have an all black bill or how many black people are playing it, but all I know is that I've seen man put in the work. Nabil's playing the store, Fumbi's playing the store, I'm playing the store. Bro, we put the work in, and you know, you have to be thankful. What's that?
I'm playing the store next week.
Look at that.
Got a couple honeys coming down, you know, showing them how we do. So they can respect the thing, innit? You know, they ask you should do those Instagram clips and you bring them to the store. They're like, you shouldn't do those Instagram clips.
Nah, you're on your own level, bro. You're on your level. But wait, do you pick certain clubs to bring girls to?
Hell yeah. Who's going to bring a girl to... No, I'm joking.
I was going to wait. I wanted to wait. Which clubs are...
Not really. I brought a girl to 99. In the small...
99 can work. 99 can work.
Oh, yeah, 99 can definitely work. 99 can definitely work.
Yeah. I mean, most...
club I wouldn't... Do you know what? You know, real talk, I like to bring people to the small rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, because you work, man. They see you work. Like, there's no gimmicks. The room is not... There's no, you know, nice lights. There's a bed sheet on the curtain. But we get busy, man. It's intimate. And they just see you rock the mic. Yeah, man. They're just there, like, because everybody's focused on what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just a more... Whereas in the big room, it's just... There's a... You can take it for granted because it's such a big room.
Bro. I like the big rooms, man. I like... Come and see me rock the store. Come and see me do that work.
This store, yeah. And this is what I didn't tell you. Those small rooms, they've seen a couple people just dive off the deep end.
Oh, you see the people that didn't do well, and then you come in.
So when you come on, it's like, whoa. You see what I'm saying? Whereas in the store, who doesn't do well?
Bruh, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Fair point.
There's no one in the store where it's like, tough night, innit? Do you know what I mean? Everybody does. Not that everyone's no good. Everyone's amazing. Do you see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is to capture that real essence of what you do, really do, it's that small room.
Bro, when I think of small room, I think about this one time in Edinburgh where this girl I used to flirt with came and brought her friends down to come see my show. Bro, they were like 3 of 5 people in the room. And it was all, it was the... Do you know, yeah, if God wanted to make sure that there's no chance I could ever commit adultery, If God wanted to make sure that there was no chance I'd ever cheat on my wife, that's the best way to do it. You even if you thought, oh, Ola's hot, seeing me in that room trying to do an hour show to 5 people, and you and your friends are 3 of them, yo, everything is dried up at that point, bro. It was painful. I was still trying to perform. I, I was like, why you lot here so early on in the festival? Yo, I was like, I'd rather Kate Copstick was in here tonight.
I feel
Golly.
Edinburgh didn't compliment your comedy. I don't think it did.
Mm-mm.
I think comedy belongs in
A lot of people felt like Edinburgh would be my spot, but I just don't really think so.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's like you said. I just need to find my audience.
I think it made your writing style but me as well, too patterned, too rigid. No room for freedom, no room for excitement. Just a pattern that works for their people. And I say their people, I mean people that do Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So I'm not what's his name? The comic, the strange one, but he does the
that guy. We know.
James Acaster.
Okay.
His formula works for who he is. That doesn't necessarily translate for how black people who grew up in Hackney, who have African backgrounds, our rhythms are different.
Yeah.
It's like a drum. When I'm in front of a black audience, bro, it's damn near like I'm twerking in front of them. They know the rhythm.
Hey, brother, these similes and analogies.
If you go to the foxtrot and start twerking, they'll be like, "Yo, this the foxtrot, yo. This two step bounce and move." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you go to the get up and shake the booty, that's when you do your shit. And so what I'm saying is, it's like everything. It's like any kind of performance or any kind of art. You bring your personality, you bring your background into it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Drew Hill was signed, Cisco dyed his hair before the Tell Me What You Want video. The managers and the label said, go and dye that shit back. So he did. But just before they started the video, he dyed it again. And that's why he had blonde hair in the video. And that became Cisco.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying? That became who he was. Because he knew, I'm going to stand out. I'm going to bring my personality to this person. If you watch the Somebody Sleeping in My Bed video, they do a dance move and Cisco just pulls off his jacket, puts the shoulder in. That's his personality. He's going to stand out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's other cats in the group that just not that person.
Yeah. I don't want to see Jazz back off the top.
No, man. What I mean is, they're not. If you look at Casey and JoJo, both of them can sing. But when Casey sings, he's just not humble with it. He's gonna let you know you're hearing these vocals, right? Whereas JoJo, he's just nice with it. He's just nice with the handles, little soft J. Whereas Casey's like, get off of me. He's like, all right.
But all the bigger brothers are always a bit more calm, bro. I don't know whether it's an energy thing, whether they.
Casey's older, bro.
Pardon?
Casey's older.
No, I said the bigger brothers, the bigger ones.
Oh, the big ones.
The big ones.
Oh,
they always got to be smooth and low energy with it.
My brother said to me the other day how everybody marvels at One Year's singing ability, right? When he's singing those riffs and everything, everyone's like this guy. But what people forget was he didn't sing the verses, so he still has the energy to move like that. Them niggas done sang 4 verses already. Singing is just automatic, you know what I mean? One of these
days we need to get your brother on the pod for that real sort of that real musician's perspective, bro.
Yeah, because when you see a singer sing live, you don't realize in the studio they've done polished it, they've mixed it, they've made your voice crispy. You can't sing like that. People can sing live, don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
it's a lot singing, it's a lot,
Yeah, you have to be like physically fit even to perform it. I know that Jermaine Dupri used to make Usher. He used to line up sunbeds around the pool and make him run and jump over the sunbeds as he's running around the pool, singing at full belt to get his vocal ability up so he could perform live and do the dance steps and still sing with power. And I was like, yo, it makes sense. These guys put in that work, man.
You can't watch Usher live. He ain't singing. He doing the bit because it's hard to dance and sing. Really.
Yeah.
So So yeah, it was just a funny thing he pointed out to me that I just never looked at. You know, it's so true. Like,
I want to hear your brother's thoughts on Genuine.
you know what? The funny thing is, my brother's not a genuine 112 type person. You know, he's a musician. You know,
Okay, he's like actual.
he playing songs. I'd be like, damn. He'd be like, you had a trumpet in that motherfucker. I'm like, a trumpet, nigga. You had a triangle in that motherfucker, nigga. What is a triangle? Who's playing the triangle?
or even worse, you gonna be like, oh yeah, you know the one with the saxophone? That's an oboe. I'll have you.
Always embarrassing me in public.
What's this guy, man? Oboe calling it a saxophone.
But you know the funny thing, he has a very good knowledge of comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, he watches a lot of comedy, so he put me onto Bill Burr. I bought Bill Hicks comedy albums, but I didn't get into them. He just in the room. This Bill Hicks guy's amazing. This mean you listening to my shit? So then I started listening, and then I was like, wow. So then, yeah, he has a very, very good comedy taste. Very, very
interesting.
Good.
That's dope, man.
Obviously, a huge Chappelle fan.
That's what's
but
up,
he's got very good comedy taste. Very, very good taste in comedy. So he actually brings me in on some certain comics, you know. But the singing, yeah, the music, we have two different tastes of music. Even hip hop, we have different tastes.
What does he like? The conscious stuff.
He's a Jay-Z fan.
Okay.
Jay-Z.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy different.
No. Before it was to me because Jay-Z wasn't who Jay-Z was. So I was like, you bringing Jay-Z, nigga? Like, you know. But
yeah.
Jay-Z's fire, so I had to respect.
Fair enough.
Tupac versus, you know, Jay-Z debates to the cow go home. To his Jay-Z, my other brother Kane, he's Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And my brother Ty was Nas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, there's certain camps where, like, if you fall into that camp, I'll go, all right, fair play, man. You're a Biggie guy, you're a Tupac guy, you're a Nas guy, you're a Jay-Z guy.
When man starts saying Jadakiss.
No. If a man says Jadakiss, I'll be like, nah, you grew up in New York. Like, you really from the block. Like, I'll give that to you. But when a man says Chingy, bruh, nah, from there on.
But no one can bring Chingy. The thing is this, I saw Fat Joe doing a top 5 of all time, and he was like, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, word. I'm like, okay, where are they from? New York.
Yeah, of course.
Then he said, pun. I was like,
nah, you can't.
We just throwing dead homies in now. That's what we doing. Yeah.
Nah, when you talk to me,
my nigga Rock, you ain't get to see my nigga Rock because he got shot when he was 5. But my nigga could spit.
If you talk to Bronx dudes, you can't talk about pun anyway, bro.
Of course not.
People talk about pun like he was the second coming of Christ.
We're not talking of Bronx. We're talking of the top 5 rappers of all
time.
I
hear you. I agree with you, bro. But the level of respect and love that they give to
then
Big
said
Pun.
X. Yeah, he said X.
Okay.
I forgot. Park. They're gonna say I'm hating. This is me. Oh no, we're not gonna say you're hating. We're gonna say you're mad.
Wrong. You're gonna say.
We're gonna say you're mad.
You know, I was worried about for a second. I thought you were gonna say. I thought it was DMX. He was talking about Exhibit. I was worried you were gonna say it's Exhibit. I was gonna be like, nah.
I'm not even. Top 5 is your top 5 or your top whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't put Tupac in there, but when Big Pun has made the list, then I got to complain.
Who's your favorite top 5?
My top 5 rappers.
Your favorite, not who you think the top 5 greatest are, because that one could be debated. Who's your top 5 favorite rappers? Yeah.
My top 5 favorite rappers.
Yeah.
It would be Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop because I came up on Snoop.
Okay.
That was the first rapper who made me think he's a G, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. This is where it gets tricky. I'm gonna have to be very, very honest. Favorite rappers. Eminem.
He's in mine.
Simply because I listen to Eminem a lot.
Same here.
When he was out. So I'd have to put Eminem as one of my favorite rappers who I've listened to. And of course, DMX. I love DMX.
Same here, man. I think we share 3.
Shout out to 2 honorary mentions. You know the honorary mentions.
Yeah.
Method Man and Corrupt.
Okay.
are one of my. I just love those rappers. Cannabis too. Cannabis has some fire.
Okay.
But then he just went mad.
Yeah.
Who'd be your top 5? Kanye West.
Yeah. Actually, to be fair, Kanye is in there now. So we share 3 of them. Puck, X, and Eminem are definitely in my top 5. I'm putting Kanye West in there, and 5th place. I'm trying to think about who I would reliably listen to a whole album from.
Oh my God! Sorry, I have to take out. I have to take someone out because I forgot Biggie. Yo, how could I forget Biggie? Hell no. Eminem has to go, man. Biggie Smalls. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot Biggie. Oh my God. Sorry, man. Yeah, Biggie. Biggie over DMX and Eminem. Shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Biggie's never had that impact on me. I've liked Biggie's songs, but he's never been like, oh, I need more Biggie in my life. Yeah, do you know what? I think for now, I'll just leave it at that 4. I'll come up with the 5th.
This nigga said we're just going to leave it at 4.
Because I need to think about who I read. Because I know, for me, there's no real question when it comes to Park, X, or Eminem. And Kanye West is my most recent addition.
Really?
I think
Kendrick.
I was about to say maybe Kendrick. It would be Kendrick over J. Cole. Kendrick. I'm gonna say Kendrick just because I think To Pimp a Butterfly is one of my top 5 albums. Top 5 albums all time. So yeah, I'm not really like one of those Kendrick fans who like you used to listen to him when he was K-Dot, and I listened to the Section 80 mixtape, and I know Good Kid, Mad City off by heart, but I'm not that. I came in at To Pimp a Butterfly and went backwards, but To Pimp a Butterfly for me, one of my favorite albums. So I'll give Kendrick.
I'm not a Kendrick, fanatic like that, but I think he's one of the finest of this class. Him and J. Cole, I think their music is just incredible, man. I like listening to them, like their concept. I like what Kendrick does with it. It's funny because me and my brothers were talking about who has the best voices for hip hop.
Okay.
Quick. I think there was a discussion about on Twitter.
Yeah.
Distinguished voices. And
so Snoop is number 1.
Snoop because of do you know I don't think Snoop is number 1, but Snoop because of number 1 for me, one of my favorite voices in hip hop, Method Man. His voice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it to you, but I would still put
Snoop. It's just. But Snoop was definitely there because of his unique voice.
Yeah.
You had Tupac in there. Jay-Z's voice is not necessarily distinct. Yeah, it's quite soft. So that's why thank God he's got the lyrics for it. Just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Busta obviously had the.
Yep.
Was there.
DMX.
DMX was he there? Jesus, he was there. We started clowning people like Common. It's just. Queen, I ain't seen you in a minute. I want to build a trap.
I come up off the toilet and I saw you.
And people say, it's just no. Q-Tip has a very good voice.
Yes. I'm behind you on that one. No, because to be honest, when I think about it, I love Tribe, and I love Tribe for 2 reasons. One, the production. The production was just different. It was just a different, like, it was just funky, and it was raw, and I love it. Anyway, but also, I love Five Dog, don't get me wrong, but Q-Tip's distinct voice, I think, just sets it off, man. So I think that I'd have to put him in there because he makes me a fan of Tribe.
Yeah, his voice is incredible. Remember my brother plays like the Tribe Quest music, like the old school stuff.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's an MC, bro.
Those guys are really man. Those guys are really MC.
Yeah, they're real MCs, bro. Like real skill, man. So and you know what the beauty of it is? Because I was actually thinking about this the other day, how to write these things in dialogue as characters. So whereas we're so accustomed to movies with gangsters where they were discussing these intelligent discussions and we were marveling at their wit, their knowledge of Shaker Stone's play or something like that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be us, you know, marveling at, you know, because hip hop is from the beginning was just seen as black people rapping, but there's so much more to it than just that.
Who are your favorite comedians' voices? Because I'd argue that the voice is even more potent when you're doing comedy. Like a lot of people get away with just having a funny voice alone. I know who's my worst, and that's Michelle Wolf. Like her voice is annoying. I
Bill Burr's voice is good.
Okay.
Does with it.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, his voice is jarring, but it works for his comedy.
Okay.
I don't have 6 friends in high school. I don't have 6 friends now. It does sound, it can sound retarded, but it works for what he does.
But I think
his voice is hella goofy too.
Who's?
But it works for what he does.
For me, Chappelle and Tucker are already, you know, in my top 5.
Of what?
Of
now Tucker's voice is man.
No, like when I
just sound. Are you saying voices that sound funny? Or are you saying
your favorite voices? Great voices for like the voices that you think are the best voices in comedy.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You know what?
Because when I saw Christopher, and bear in mind, I was 16 at the time.
Right, that's what I'm saying, because as I'm older, Chris Tucker's voice can be a bit much.
Of course, given, 100% given.
Right.
But when I think about how he delivered his Def Comedy Jam sets and those jokes, and how his voice really powered those jokes, I have to give it to him that, you know, one of the best voices in comedy. Now, I think
you can't say one of the best voices in comedy because that voice has not lasted. Do you see what I'm saying?
But the jokes haven't followed through.
No, because you're saying for you to be a best voice in comedy, that voice has to resonate when you say it. It's like, yeah. And I hear what you're saying, but to be a best voice in comedy, that's a lot. Because the voice didn't last.
Okay. In terms of immediate impact, though,
right.
I'll give him that. But in terms of longevity,
when you watch that thinking, for longevity, you're gonna need more than that.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Like I tell you, whose voice is incredible for his comedy. Earthquake.
Yes, I was actually gonna say. I was like, you're either gonna say Bernie Mac or Earthquake.
Bernie Mac. Hell yeah.
But Earthquake.
Oh my god.
He hit me in my lever. He hit me in your lever.
It's the way he says it. He just spins it's just so funny. This is him. I don't get 3-year-old. Expectations too high. I want a man who drives a Lexus. Can't even say it. A Lexus. Reality don't get the ass. And I'm just looking for a man that's just looking for a job. And this is the way he was saying it.
Yeah.
I just love that. I just laugh at just the words already. But like Kevin Hart's voice.
I'd put it mid-tier. His voice works well for his comedy, but it's not outstanding. The voice, his actual voice, doesn't make it outstanding.
Yeah. And also, I think he made it a gimmick.
Yeah.
He started to overplay, you know? And so it really put me off.
And you could tell because he was covering up lesser jokes with the voice. Yes. He was... I walk in the room, you come in the room, and then sit in the room. Yeah. In the room.
You know, it just, you compensate, you know?
Yeah.
That voice.
Hello? Oh, man. Have we lost Swims?
We lost you. I'm back.
Okay, you back. All right, my bad. I don't know what happened there, but...
Eddie Murphy didn't really use his voice, did he? He was more character-driven.
So he had multiple voices for each character. I was about to say the same thing about Martin. Like, Martin was funny, but his voice... Because he was playing so many different characters, you don't really have your voice that's really blowing us up.
Right. He always went into a personality.
Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody like Chappelle said, yes, this, you know, say, come on, man. Yeah, like...
Hold on, make some calls. His voice is hilarious.
His voice is... And
It's just the way.
that's one of the reasons why he was my goat, is because um I know that when people are watching him, some people are laughing because of his voice, some people are laughing because of the material, some people are laughing because they understand the deeper meaning in his material, and some people are laughing because they agree with him. But all of us can all sit in the room and laugh at this guy because he's hitting on all of these levels at a high level. That's what I love about Chappelle.
Imagine that.